Since I've been playing golf, I've played with the cheapest balls I could find on Amazon, lake balls I've bought from eBay, expensive balls I've occasionally found or bought from club shops, and at the moment I'm playing with the Kirkland Signature V2s. But I can honestly say that I have no idea if I could tell any of these balls apart. So today, I intend to find out if for a mid-handicapper like myself, someone who typically goes around a course 15 to 25 shots over par and loses probably at least one ball per round on average, is it worth me investing in a more premium ball, or could I play as well using super cheap lake balls from eBay? To find out, I'm going to compare 5 balls of varying quality. These will be Taylormade's TP5X and TP5 balls, Callaway's Chrome Soft ball, Kirkland's Signature V2 ball, and to really give us some perspective, Srixon's Soft Feel ball that I purchased as a bulk lot of 50 lake balls. The real bottom of the barrel type ball. These lake balls are what I would guess the majority of mid to high handicappers play with. Maybe not this exact ball, but something of a similar quality, that they either found on a course somewhere or bought very cheap, like I did. To compare these balls, I booked the simulator room at Normanton Golf Club. Using the facilities there, I'm going to compare the carry distance, carry and roll distance, launch angle, ball speed and spin stats for each ball. I'm also going to test how these balls feel chipping around the green and putting. As someone who doesn't strike the ball perfectly anywhere near most of the time, I'm interested to see how forgiving these balls can be and whether the added performance makes the premium balls a good purchase, if there even is any added performance. Interesting. To the golf club. So I'm starting my test around and on the green. The first thing I did was test how the balls feel chipping onto the green with my wedge. This is probably one of my favourite shots to play and something I've spent a while practicing. And being completely honest, if I'd been blindfolded as I played these shots, I wouldn't have had a clue which ball I'd just hit. I wouldn't even be able to tell you if I thought it was a premium ball or a cheap ball. This is probably due to a lack of experience playing with a premium ball and a lack of high technical skill. I think if I were a player looking to chip these balls onto the green and get them to check and stop quite quickly, I'd likely be able to see a difference between them. However, I play a chip and run type shot from these positions, so I don't think the ball I'm playing with is going to really have an impact on these shots. Let's try some putting. Again, I found more of the same when putting. All of the balls appear to roll as expected, at least to my eye. I think my conclusion on choosing a ball when considering shots on or around the green would be to just keep it consistent. Use the same ball where possible. I think if there is a slight difference in weight or spin, then you will likely become attuned to the weight and spin of a ball if you stick with the same one. That includes the cheap Srixon lake ball. Remember, I'm conducting this test with high to mid handicappers in mind. The technical skills of these players won't be that high, so I don't see the advantage of an all singing, all dancing golf ball here. So personally, after that, I'd say that's a win for the cheap lake ball. To the simulator. So in the simulator room, I'm going to hit at least 5 shots with each ball with a 56-degree wedge, 7-iron and driver. I'll then take the best 5 shots from each and compile the data so we can look it over and make some conclusions. I'll start with the 56-degree wedge. So looking at the results for the 56-degree wedge, we can clearly see that the TP5 ball carries the furthest and rolls the furthest. Interestingly, it also spins the most. However, the main thing I noticed from this test is just how high that cheap Lake ball launches. You can see it's significantly higher than the rest of the balls. Now, my understanding of this is that it's caused by the dynamic loft of the club at impact. Essentially, how much you de-loft the club as you strike the ball. So that would suggest user error. But it seems strange that all the other shots are relatively close to each other and the Lake ball is outlying by quite a way. The spin numbers are also a lot lower on the Lake ball. So from these numbers, it would seem there is a definite improvement between the best and worst balls in this test. Whether it's worth the cost difference depends on the player, I would guess. On to the 7-iron. The results for the 7-iron aren't as one-sided as with the 56-degree wedge. This time the TP5X carried and rolled the furthest, with the TP5 just behind. The Chrome Soft was the ball with the highest spin, which is interesting as I'm pretty sure that that ball is marketed as a low spinning ball. All in all though, I think the Lake ball held its own in this test. Whilst it's pretty much bottom in all the stats, it's only just lower than the Kirkland for distance and actually went further than the Chrome Soft. To the big stick. Again with the driver, we see the Taylormade TP5 ball carry and roll the furthest, with the TP5X just behind this time. Interestingly again, we see the Chrome Soft spinning the most. The Srixon Soft Feel Lake ball actually did better than I thought it would. Granted, it's carried and rolled the shortest distance, but not by the margin I was expecting to see. So what are my final thoughts on this experiment? Obviously there are some factors that will affect the outcome of these results in an unfair way. I'm not a robot and I can't say that I hit all those balls the same. Hitting golf balls non-stop for 90 minutes is taxing, and fatigue may well have played a part too. However, the aim of this experiment was to see if the premium golf balls are really worth it for players who are as inconsistent as me. And to answer this question, I think you need to have some context. If you are a mid to high handicap player who wants to gain every edge you can and don't mind spending the extra money, then yeah, I think the TP5 and TP5X balls would be worth it for you. However, if you're a more casual player and are more concerned with how much money you're throwing away every time you lose a ball in the water, I honestly think there's nothing wrong with the lake balls. You can actually get better model lake balls too if you wanted to compromise that way. The real surprise for me throughout this test though is just how close to those premium balls the Kirkland V2 is. It carried and rolled nearly the same distance for all three clubs, coming in just behind both the Taylormade balls, but beating the Chrome Soft with every club for distance. Its spin numbers are also right up there with the best balls in this test. At £1.25 per ball, compared to £3.50 per ball for the Taylormades, or even £3.32 per ball for the Chrome Softs, I personally don't think there's a better ball out there for mid to high handicappers. I'd even argue that low handicap players would find real value in this ball. So for me, the real winner is the Kirkland Signature V2. But what do you think? Would this test change your mind on the ball you're using? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, golfers, and subscribe for more golf content. I upload a lot of course vlogs and matches with friends, so if you're into that, you won't regret subscribing. Thanks as always for watching. See you next time.